What's up, guys? Welcome back. I am driving the van for the first time since we got back from Helen, Georgia, from Alpine Volks Fair, over to the shop. So today, I am finally mounting up two new tires on the Epsilons that are on the Corvair. Two tires showed up the other day, and I have to do valve stems, new valve stems in those wheels, since the old ones are junk. They were basically in the wheels when I bought the wheels in 2015. They're like these flat caps. They look awesome because there's no stem that sticks out, but the adapter's broken, and I'm just sick and tired of having to look for an adapter every time I want to put air in them, and now the adapter doesn't work anyway. So back at the shop, just got the Corvair put up, got the wheels off. Didn't film any of it because I'm kind of in a rush today, so the wheels off, ready to go. I'm only replacing two tires. The two fronts are newer than the backs, and once I got them off, I realized they are wearing on the inside a little bit. The last time I set the alignment on the Corvair, it wasn't anywhere near as low as I've been driving it the last couple of years. And although I don't rack up a ton of miles on that car every summer, because that's the only time you can drive your summer cars in New Hampshire, for the height that I skate it, I drive it so low now, and I never adjusted my tie rod ends. So it's wearing on the inside of the tires pretty well, but since there's no motor up front, since it's a rear engine car, they're not wearing as fast as the rears. So basically I'm gonna leave these on. Unfortunately, I forgot what tires I had on the front. So I'm running a Nexen 205/40 up front, and I just bought Federal 595 205/40s for the rear, so the tires aren't going to match, but I don't even care. It's the Corvair. I drive it around the cruise nights and cars and coffees, and I run errands in it. I don't really care if it's got all the same four tires on it. This is a perfect gateway into talking about today's episode's sponsor, which is Wheel Price. Wheel Price is wheel buying, trading, and selling made easy. The guys at Wheel Price have put together not only a website, but an app as well, which is used on iPhone and Android. So no matter the phone you guys have, as long as it's a smartphone, you won't be able to get it on your flip phone. There's nothing left for interpretation when you're looking at the wheels. The criteria is pretty detailed. It's for wheel enthusiasts. So when you're searching for wheels, you can search for your bolt pattern, your overall dimensions of the wheel, make and model of the wheels, or even location. So if you don't want to pay to have anything shipped, or if you're the seller and you don't want to ship anything, you can put your location in there and people in your vicinity can contact you. So download the app or head to www.wheelprice.com and get searching for your wheels, or get selling your wheels. So a bit about these wheels, which you may be able to find on Wheel Price, are 1985 Southern Ways Epsilons. And this specific set came from Japan. They were in an early C4 Corvette spec, so they're 16 by 9.5 all around ET45 or 46. So they're a super high offset for how wide they are, which, if you can see on the Corvair, is why I am running massive spacers. With how high the offset are, the inner lip hits everything under the car. So to run spacers that wide, 50 millimeter spacers, I still tuck 9.5 inch wide wheels all the way around. Really stoked to have these. I've talked about them in previous episodes, so I won't go too in depth, but they are one of my favorite wheels. I love a 5-spoke, and this has just an added dimension to the 5-spoke with the layers. Kind of looks like a step pyramid spoke type of design. I showed this in a previous episode, but this is not good. All right, guys, I'm in my studio / office at the moment, and I was just sitting down checking some emails. I just mounted up the tires on the Epsilons and was eating dinner, and I just got an email from my friend Carl Taylor from Rotiform. He's half of the guys that puts on the Players Classic show in England, and he lives in California and works at Rotiform. And him and I had a phone call conversation a couple weeks ago. It was 1 week ago. It was Memorial Day weekend. And we were just kind of talking about cool ideas and just nothing. We were just having a chat. He was walking around his patio with a beer on Memorial Day and gave me a shout. And I just got an email from him, and I need to show you guys. Because I'm assuming after reading this, this probably has something to do with the thumbnail on this video. So this is what I got. John, not sure if you really thought I was serious and this would happen or not after our recent Memorial Weekend call. Well, it just did, and I've booked you a one-way flight to LAX in 13 days. Call me when you land if you choose to accept this challenge. So, I guess I'm flying to Los Angeles in 13 days. That's Monday the 21st. And there's a flight confirmation in this email. This is a one-way ticket to Los Angeles. So I obviously read this before I filmed this and had to think about what this could possibly mean because he's not giving me any information. The things that we spitballed in that conversation a week ago involved lots of driving. And now there's a one-way ticket to LA, which is where Rotiform is. Oh, so the phone conversation we had kind of had a lot to do with like challenges and clues. And it was all spitballing. I didn't think I would be a part of any of this. We were just kind of talking about like roadkill and just random, trips like that. I can't really elaborate much on what this actually means. All I know is from our previous conversation in this email is, yeah, I'm flying one way to LA and I don't know how I'm getting home or when I'm getting home. Oh boy. This kind of comes at a really bad time. And I'll talk to you guys a little bit about that when I get back to the shop because I'm headed there now. So there's some other big personal changes that are kind of on my plate at the moment and kind of was waiting for the right time to make it public. But having this come up and not know how long this is going to take or what it's going to entail means I need to make some serious moves now in the next 2 weeks or 13 days and might as well fill you guys in now. This is crazy. Carl's crazy. All the Rotiform guys are crazy and I love hanging out with them. I've known those guys for years. All right, guys, so to actually get to the point, I guess not really the point of the episode, but basically what the thumbnail's about and the news I was going to share with you guys at a later date, but basically Carl at Rotiform kind of forced me to give this news sooner because apparently what's going to go on in Los Angeles with Rotiform in the next couple weeks is forcing me to expedite plans here. I am moving to Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I know that may not seem like big news to anyone who I see or talk to regularly. I've been talking about this for a couple of years now. Before 2020 became the whole pandemic year, I was planning on moving to Chattanooga last year during 2020 at some point. I'd been talking about that fairly publicly with friends. Over the years, I've spent more and more time in Chattanooga. You guys have seen me always going down for Riverside, or the last like 3 vehicles I've purchased in the Chattanooga area. Got a lot of friends there. It's mountainous. It's in the Smoky Mountains. You don't have to go far outside Chattanooga to be in the mountains, whether or not you want to hike or explore some caves or go for a nice windy drive. It's big town, small city type feel. You really feel like you're in the South, and it's really spoken to me. It makes me feel like I'm home in a way, a much warmer climate than home. And therein lies the main reason why I am moving to Chattanooga, Tennessee. I cannot do the 6 months, half of the year, every year, storing my cars. The only reason why I live in New Hampshire, and my friends know this, is because my family lives here. But November 1st to May 1st of every year, usually, I'm storing my cars. So because the laser business has done enough to support me for the last 5 or 6 years, and I can do that from wherever I live, my laser shop is at my house, and the fact that this unit is pretty close by, everything's kind of contained. So I've been putting all of my eggs in one basket, and I've been talking with a really good friend of mine in Chattanooga, and him and his wife and his daughter are currently looking to purchase another house. And actually, they've got the mortgage in place, they've been putting offers in, and with the housing market right now, as insane as it is, it's the only reason why I'm actually still here in New Hampshire as we speak. We've been planning on making this happen for the last couple months now, but they've had a really hard time closing on a house because of how insane the market is right now. I'm kind of caught in the nebulous of all this as well, and that's why I haven't blown any smoke about my move, because there has not been a set date to move because they haven't closed on a house yet. And essentially, I'm on call in that, right? Because when they close on a house, I'll have a little over a month to get down there. And so as we speak, the last couple months, I've been boxing things up and kind of getting things ready for a move. So to come full circle to this place, what I've decided is to surrender my lease in this unit this month. So the month of June is the last month I'll be in here. Basically to be proactive for the impending move, which, as I mentioned, could be next month or it could be in 4 months' time. But I want to alleviate the cost of this place per month and put it towards my move, since, as I'm sure you guys have already been thinking, I've got cars, the rest of this shop, my recording studio, my laser shop. It's going to be an expensive move. So what makes that even more crazy and stressful for me is Carl's email today. And so now that I'm going to be flying to Los Angeles on the 21st in just under 2 weeks, basically a week and a half by the time you guys see this, I don't know how long I'm going to be on the road or wherever I may be. So I'm assuming that when I leave on the 21st, that's the last I'll get to be in here before the 1st of July. After the last 2 months of pushing commission work aside to work on the Polo to get that ready for Alpine Volksfair in Helen, I am now scrambling to chisel through all of the work, the laser work that came in during that time. I've got Vacation Land Vag Fair in Maine this weekend, so I've got work to do yet on the Polo because I'm planning on driving that to Maine, and that's a 6-hour round trip drive, and I haven't done that type of a drive in the Polo yet, and ultimately trying to figure all the logistics out for the trip to Los Angeles. And I think this is what Carl wanted. I think Carl wanted this. Pure chaos in my life for this month, or just for the foreseeable future. I'm super excited to document all this and bring you guys along with me. So I hope you're as excited as I am, and a little less nervous than I am, to come along and kind of see all these new things take place. And I don't feel like my YouTube channel is established enough to have people really care about like where I'm moving, the new shop I'll be moving into. You know, I know a lot of YouTubers like make that huge news and they've got a big audience that goes with them and they feel like they're living vicariously through them or they're along for the ride. But I am really excited to kind of bring you guys along and move to Tennessee and have a 1,500 square foot shop underneath my feet where I lay my head at night, where I can put all my cars in and work on all my cars. To go to LA to accept some sort of crazy challenge for the Rotiform guys or with the Rotiform guys. All of that stuff. Super excited to just dive headfirst in and document all of it as best I can. So that will do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm excited for what's to come. I hope you guys are too. Huge thanks again to the boys at Wheel Price for coming on board with the YouTube channel and everything that I'm doing here. Thank you again to those guys. Thank you to you guys. I'll see you in the next episode.